Ladies and gentlemen, we are live again into the thick of the Podmas episodes. We've realised that this is taking a lot of effort and the lads are cooked. We're spent, but I'm joined by my main host.
It's Cordo here. How are you, everybody?
Good. And we've got the big contingency. They're back. The New Zealand lads. How are we, gents? We've got Chris and Jeff.
Very good, very good.
Battling on.
Now,
endurance athletes over here.
This episode is coming out after the first Kiwi episode, so we can clarify for the audience. This is after Chris has loaded up on 3 random shots.
Yeah, so from
I'm
now,
feeling
Chris,
pretty festive right now.
Chris will be henceforth known as the gingerbread man for the remainder of the episode.
It's approved.
So, in the spirit of all things Christmas, we've hit off everything that we've got. Movies, carols, drinking. Now we're going to touch on something while we've got our contingency in. But another loose part of the Christmas life cycle that happens when you become a loose adult, the work Christmas party. Now, it is a big event. It's normally spread across, well, it seems to be changing. Suddenly it can start mid-November, but anywhere from mid-November right up to the last week of Christmas. There's whole different varieties around it. But, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take you on a bit of a journey because we've got the expert, the man, the myth, who is a Christmas party god. LeVar, take us away. Take us on the Christmas party journey.
Wow, what a great time of the year, guys! It's an honor to talk about something that's so close to my heart. Now, Chris, stunning debut in the last podcast, and has inspired me to really get in the spirit as well, and with some props. So I need a beer when I'm going to talk about a Christmas party. So there's a start. So cheers, guys. Very good.
It's a good sound.
And I also thought I should bring along something that's been very important to me across the last 3 Christmas parties. I actually got it in the work Secret Santa. I know you guys were blowing up about how you hate the one where you steal and stuff. I actually love it. I think it's a great part of the working year. And I actually got these bad boys. So these are now a huge part of the IRI, who I work for, IRI Christmas party. I wear them every year. They protect my face from the sun and also any flying objects that might come out on such a big day. And surprisingly, they've made it through probably a total of, I would say, 40 hours of drinking across the last 3 years. Amazing durability. Respect to China for some top quality production here.
So what are they like? What are they like? Sunnies with it's a Santa hat, plastic Santa hat attached to the sunnies.
Onto sunglasses. Amazing. Really get in the festive spirit and protect your eyes. You should always protect your eyes in the Australian summer sunshine. So yes, we have this. Christmas party, what can I say? One of my favourite times of the year. When I started at IRI, I got very lucky to get on the committee. Little did they know who they were introducing to the committee of the work Christmas party when I got involved. To take a story back, probably I'm 37 now. If we go back to my early 20s, my favourite movie, Van Wilder, Party Liaison. I'm a man who's always organised many parties. So my next prop, my friends got me this for my 21st birthday. It's a personalised plate in New Zealand for my car. You can see that. It says Liaison, Jeff Bourne, Liaison, Party Liaison. Very good. So proudly still have that number plate in New Zealand. And so as we can see here, love organising a party for the last 20 years. Still going strong, still organising things these days. But basically I got my opportunity to organise a work Christmas party. And little did I know that this workplace was closely aligned to everything that I would want in a work Christmas party, which is basically drinking for a minimum of 12 hours and no whole bars, no HR. It's just a good time all day. So the IRI Christmas party, it starts at 8:30 in the morning with prep. Basically, we cut up some fruit to feed the troops, and we do the dirty Secret Santa in the office. We're drinking from usually 8:30 in the morning. We move through into the afternoon session where we'll usually go and do some form of activity. That first year, that was getting on a boat and drinking more on a boat. Maybe lawn bowls one year. Unfortunately, it pissed down the whole day, so we just drank inside and played beer pong. as you can see, common theme here, a lot of alcohol at the Christmas party. And then it's usually finished off with a session at Revellers, the Saint in St Kilda. And recently it comes back to my house. And I've actually hosted the final event where there were up to 20 people standing still till around 4 a.m. So a great event. I'm very proud to be involved with organising the RI Christmas party. This year, unfortunately, COVID did manage to get its hands on that. And we did have a smaller scale event. It went for about 10 hours. But yes, this is certainly a time of the year that I'm very passionate about, and I look forward to any questions you may have regarding work Christmas parties. I'm sure we'll have some answers.
So I've got many that I can happily lobby in while Cordo's sort of taking it. So not to go too hard on the specifics, but as you can be the bearer of truth, and we can be the objective other people. It seems like you've actually got a great work crew. So I think for the majority of people out there, the Christmas party is a microcosm of not a great place where you want to be, because you can be stuck with a whole bunch of people who you wouldn't particularly like to be stuck with for, in your instance, a 24-hour period. What
Correct.
seems to be a 24-hour period.
Yes.
You also brought up another great point, which is stuck in there. There was no HR.
Yes.
So I feel like at any other Christmas party, for majority of other companies out there, HR, they're feverishly panicking. They know some shit's going to go down. They know they're probably having a quieter night because they know that within 6 hours following a Christmas party, they're going to get to work. They're either covering stuff up, smoothing some things over. Someone actually told their boss to go shove it. Like it's like a whole, like they'd have a playbook of where to go straight away. But your big point, like I would say that's a very lucky and unique situation to not have HR directly hating on it.
I would like to interject there to say we actually did have an HR member in Melbourne for a couple of years. So our main HR is in Sydney at the head office. We have about 60 people in Melbourne. And the HR person did get up the day before the Christmas party and advised us, we'd had a big year and everyone had worked hard and we would have let our hair down, but to remember that we are representing the company. And then she proceeded to be the drunkest person and the biggest disgrace at the whole Christmas party. So all holds were off at that point because, quite frankly, she was setting the example that the rest of us were following.
I have a story off the back of that because you will remember that you've invited me in the middle of Christmas parties. Your crew, your work crew are amazing. Like I get along well with all of them. You all invited myself and some other people. We just tagged into your Christmas party late one night. And that was when, for those that listened to our episode with you, the Christmas that Jeffrey Wong, table tennis champion, alter ego, was born. And as you were telling me this story, I was sitting next to a lady on the couch, and I said, God, how did that go down with HR? And she proceeded to pipe up next to me and go, it's fine, I am HR. Love me some Jeffrey Wong.
No, we certainly have some fertile soils for a good Christmas party to grow. Let's say that.
Did you go one year as a bobsledder? Or
Jamaican
tights.
Jamaican bobsledder, 80s. Yeah, actually, I missed that point. A big part of our Christmas party is it's always a dress-up theme as well. So, yes, we've had many themes over the years, but yeah, Jamaican bobsledder, 80s aerobics instructor, human Rubik's Cube last year. That one was good. Lycra suit, whole body Rubik's Cube outfit. Usually a lot of Lycra on my front. I seem to like to wear minimal amounts of clothing and very tight.
It's a real Lycra theme here. The 3 costumes are all just Lycra.
Correct.
And I've been sent a selfie of every single outfit at about 7 a.m. the morning of his Christmas party.
Yes, it's makes for some interesting looks walking down to the office at 7 a.m. before any tins have been had. Sporting one of those outfits, but all part of good fun. Everyone gets into it, and yeah, it's always a good day. Took me 4 days to recover from last year's one, though. That was a problem. Age has not been kind to the recovery process.
I'm worried about you next year, Jeff, given that it's been A year off.
That's true. There could
The
be
comeback.
Yeah, could be a 2-day event, I think.
So, as all of us are probably can attest to, though, there is one other thing with the Christmas party: is that generally speaking, there's some stereotypical people who just seem to just generally pop up at every person's Christmas party. So there's always, and I know Cordo and I brought this up when we were trying to not give spoilers away, when we're leading into the Christmas special, which was that there tends to always be one or two, actually it's normally more than that, but there's always at least one person who's this is my time. It's a big year. But in your instance, you don't have kids that we all know. It's normally the kids are being taken care of. I'm launching. What other ones do you see the most out there?
That's a good question. Yeah, definitely the people who get an opportunity to not go out as much as some others will take the work Christmas party as an opportunity to dial up the launch codes and really let off some steam. What are some other ones in that bunch?
The one I love, and I've seen it blow up twice, is the office romance that comes out in public at the work Christmas party because
Yes, that's
they
a
have
good one.
fight.
Yeah.
I've seen that twice. I've seen a guy get a wine glass cracked on his head by a very angry co-worker. And I've seen another one where two people in the office got into an argument because one of them was married and the other one didn't know about it.
Wow.
That's a great
And
Christmas party.
only found out because when you end up in a group chat with people you just don't really talk to in the office, and someone's gone, "How's Michelle and the kids?" And the girl that he was having the little dalliance with was in the same circle because obviously hanging off the guy she was secretly with. And he's just gone, yeah, she's great and the kids are good. While the girl's just gone, and that was a big bust up.
And I'm just picturing you, Cordo, being like, "Oh my god."
Yeah. Well, I was in the chat circle too, and I had my beer, and I literally went, "Oh boy."
I'll tell you another one that I see a little bit, and it's probably went down for a walk down Chapel Street, Jeff, and you probably sent, like, Chapel Street is a great Christmas party venue strip. There's just, if you want to go check it out, now's the time. There is always for whatever reason, there can be the younger people at the work. At some point, there's nearly always the elderly man who might be late 30s, early 40s, female or male, doesn't really matter, but they're hanging around the young crew and they're like, "I can do this. I've still got the petrol tickets. I can still do this." It's 6 o'clock. They've been drinking all day, and literally could just sitting there like, he's like, "Where we going next, guys?" Like, "Yeah," and they're like, "I don't really." No, he's like, "This is happening. This is happening. We're going to the next place," and they're like trying to either give up the shovel or I'll actually don't know, like, might call it to see what happens, but I love that one because it's probably going to be me.
Yeah, I think you got the kick-on is certainly an important part of the work Christmas party. I actually, tying to the last episode, looping back to one of our ones, we were in Revlers one year, and we didn't get kicked out for one guy doing a straight arm of a Marky Mark off one level into another guy's mouth on the next level down and just showering him in blue goodness. I mean, he's had healthy beard growth and everything because of the vitamins that must have come out of that Marky Mark. His complexion has been miraculous ever since. Like,
the other one. The other one I love from the work Christmas party is the quiet person who becomes like an icon. Like Clifford in Accounts. And then by like 10 p.m., it's like, "Man, Clifford is a savage." And then Clifford quietly dines off that for the next 12 months in the office.
Yeah.
He's got a new nickname. Oh, it's a Cliff Dog. Yeah.
Cliffosaurus Rex.
Oh, good.
And then every time the work Christmas party comes up, it's like, yeah, that was great. Oh, what about Cliffosaurus? And then he awkwardly in the corner of the office is like,
You never really want to mention from the Christmas party the next day when your name comes up a lot. I don't think that's like a good place you want to be in.
Yeah, because it's either best on ground, but often best on ground is awarded for just shocking behaviour.
Do you know what else I notice about the Christmas party is just the vicious rumors that come out after it?
Yes.
Like I hear every year, I'm in a big business, so there's a lot of senior management, and the stories that I hear about this CEO doing this or this doing this, and I'm just like, I don't believe it, but it's never a credible source giving it to you.
But you
It's
don't.
just someone stirring the pot.
But don't let the truth get in the way of a good story, Chris. It's
Yeah.
that is certainly something to keep in mind following the Christmas party. I actually do reflect on last year's Christmas party for us, where members of the public were, I think, surprised when we were at a bar and it opened out. Actually, had windows out to the street, and it was 5:30, so it was still glaringly light here at this time of the year. Probably light for another 4 hours for that matter. And we'd already cracked into the karaoke, and I was doing. Sure, turn back time at 5:30 with 4 other people, and there's people walking past just coming home from their normal day at work. And meanwhile, good times though. The karaoke is always a good end to the Christmas party if you can swing that.
As I said, there's normally one tried and true method, which I think is the one key component of any Christmas party. If you can't find the drunk guy at the Christmas party, you're the drunk guy. So you always got to look out for that guy.
Too true.
AP, what's the dodgiest
a
thing
fair
you've
point.
done at a work Christmas party?
I think.
Or create a fake person that was actually you. And what did they do at a Christmas party?
Well, unfortunately, the biggest Christmas party, and we touched on this, was that one that you and I went to very early in our friendship. But for the most part, my workplaces were actually very small. So your work Christmas party at maximum was 10 people, maybe 15 or 20, and they were very low key events because a lot of guys were like, "Oh, I got the kids," like we'll call it, and there's 3 people sitting around after 3 hours, and you're like, "I guess I'll go home." Not big nights, but that night that our last company we worked at, Cordo, where you and I hit the dance floor out of necessity, and I think the public needed it. Let's just say that. It was about 8 o'clock on the dance floor, and we'd got there at about 7, and there was rupture when these guys busted out some moves.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that's really it. Like all my ones, that was a big night too.
That was a very big night. I can remember one that resulted in. I got to be careful how I describe this one. This could come back to haunt me. But a place that I worked, we were at the Christmas party, and you know when it crosses over and it gets dark, as in like the mood, not the light outside. It turned dark. Like there was a squabble. The energy got real dark and aggressive. And it resulted in someone looking downstairs on the second floor of a balcony, and some people showed up below and were like yelling or complaining that their reservation wasn't there, and so their table wasn't ready. They had nowhere to sit and eat. And someone took it upon themselves at our party to throw a chair off the balcony down to them in order to give them somewhere to sit. Problem was that person launched the chair about 15 meters too far, and the chair legs went through the windshield of a parked taxi or cab for our international listeners. True story. Made the papers.
Wow.
Yeah. So I watched this chair just go and get stuck in a windshield. And I've never forgotten that. The sight of the cabbie getting out. And he didn't yell. He just looked up like, just in shock. Like, it was just all too surreal for him. Chris, what about you, mate? You've been very quiet there after your Captain Morgan gingerbread shots.
Yeah, I more wanted to get to the point of like how to behave well at the Christmas party, or some good things to bring to it. One I've learnt from the last 2 Christmas parties, having not done this successfully, is showing up sober.
Oh,
So I highly recommend to people showing up sober, because I had my Christmas party same Friday as you, Jeff, a couple of weeks back, and we went out for a couple of hours of pre-drinking, and then obviously it's an unlimited bar, and they had, I like my craft beers, and they had IPAs on tap, and pints of them, they're unmanageable. So all I say to people, having done a lot of Christmas parties, is show up sober, because it's very hard to go from 0 to menace in an allotted drinking time period.
That is wise advice.
And further to
that is wise advice.
So the party we were at, obviously they had like the waiters bringing around food for everyone. And a bit of a life advice that I'd like to part to you all is, my friend Sam taught me this, is never say no to them. So you watch a lot of people say, no, I don't want anything. Just keep saying yes, because later in the night, the trays will be full, and they know like you're a go-to that they can clear a bit of food. So later in the night, when you actually want the food, they're like, oh yeah, that guy, he'll get rid of the back end of this tray. So be very polite and never say no. And that should turn up sober and be polite.
Right. Great advice. Can't say I've ticked any of those boxes. And
just quickly, I would just also like to point out the previous episode has you pulling out spirit bottles and tasting them live on air, and now you're the one in the episode trying to give sensible advice about how to behave.
I've done it all. I've lived a full life, you know. So for any of our younger listeners,
the school of hard knocks.
I know how I can improve. So.
Oh, very good.
I say I don't think we've got any more to give on this one now. I think it has all been summed up. It is in a nice, neat little bow.
That's it.
So on that illustrious note, gents, love to thank you both for coming back on and joining us for another special edition episode. We will have you back in the new year when we are able to step away from this and have a few more topics on hand. So stay tuned. But thanks again, gents.
Thank you very much. I look forward to talking about Heineken Saturday in the new year.
I don't think you get 2 guys who know more about rugby league. So when that episode comes up, lock us in.
Absolutely.
Cordo, thank you.
Thanks, mate.
But gents, everybody, thanks out there for listening. As always, spread the word. As you notice, we are a word of mouth podcast. So, spread the joy, spread the cheer, all those sort of fun, waxing lyrical terms that are used around this time of the year. Check out our website, all the Instagram stuff. As noted, I don't do any of that thing. So Courtney is the main man you will touch base with. The sunnies and the Santa hats are out, gents and ladies. Have a great night. Bye, guys.